Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I apologize for the 5-minute delay. I was having some technical difficulties, but welcome to Keeping It Real Tea, where I am sipping tea and talking real estate. Today I have a special guest with me. This is Brian Sachs. Brian Sachs is a lender. He's from Homebridge Lending Company, and they're up in Pikesville. So we're actually in the same building that my brokerage is in, and that's how we met probably about a year ago. We've done a couple of home buying seminars together, so I wanted to introduce you to come on the show to talk to my clients about, and also peers who are watching, just about home lending tips, things that you need to become an investor or homeowner, whether it's your first time as a first-time homeowner, or if you're an investor. It's a lot of things that you need to know and understand so you can be prepared in the real estate market. So Brian has been in the industry for how many years, Brian?
35.
35. I was going to say 25, but I don't want to take any credit. 35 years. He's also been seen and he's featured on Channel 11 News. So if you guys are local, you may have seen Brian before here in Maryland on the news. He's very, very good at what he does, and so I really wanted to get him on the show so that we can be able to make sure that he can clarify anything that's needed. I think it's important to know the types of loans that are out here and what kinds of property that you can purchase for them. So I wanted to start a little bit about that, Brian. If you could talk to us about different loan types and what's needed for them to apply.
Sure. Well, I'm an undertaker, first of all. So thank you for having me. I'm hearing that. Are you hearing that?
I do hear echo with you a little bit, yes.
Okay. Well, we're trying to do it. So, there are four main types of loans. FHA, VA, conventional, and there's something called USDA, which is really for clients who are looking at rural properties.
You said rural properties?
Correct.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure everybody caught that because it is a little echo, so I want to make sure we get everything you're saying.
So not nowhere in Baltimore County, obviously nowhere in Baltimore City, but we're looking at people like County, Frederick, Cecil, places on the shore. The benefit of your USD loan is the ability to put no money down.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there are limitations. The matter is, there are so many different programs, so many different variations, that the first step in your journey to become a homeowner is to get knowledge. And I know that you and I are a big one, which is making sure that the homeowner is empowered with the knowledge to make the right choices. So that needs to be sitting down and understanding the different options that are available to you, and letting customize based on your income, based on your credit, your comfort levels, which program is right.
And that's what I wanted to dig into today, because a lot of people are, when you get into real estate, you may be getting it as a first-time home buyer. But then I wanted to also be able to reach out to investors. What type of loan can you qualify for as an investor if you're, interested in investing? Do you actually lend to investors?
We do.
Okay.
The minimum loan is $150,000.
Okay.
But investors are really limited to one.
I'm sorry, they're limited to what, Brian? I'm sorry.
To one program.
Okay, they're limited to one program.
Let me see if this works better. If you can hear me.
Okay, that'd be amazing. So if you guys are keeping in with us, just to keep you in tune with what we're talking about, this is Brian Sachs. He's a lender, and we're talking about different loans that you need, what you need to apply for them, how you can get pre-approved, and also what type of property you can purchase with these. So he's letting me know that he does do lending for investors and that there's one program that he has. So we're going to talk about that one program that is available for investors that is available through Brian Sachs and his company. And so we're going to talk about that as soon as he fixes his audio. I just want to make sure that you guys can get all the information. If you have questions, please guys like, comment, and share this video. It's so many people out here that we can reach out to with this information that I want to make sure that no one does not get a chance to see this audio and be able to get the information that's around. So even if this is not for you, if it's something that you're already on with Linden, or you have cash, because cash is king, right, as an investor, but if it's something that you know it can benefit from, please like, comment, and share. As trying to get out here to put information out, I'm all about the impact of our community. I'm all about the content and the value that this show would push out. So please guys, like, comment, and share. It's so important to support each other. It's so important to make sure that even if you, again, can't get the value from what I'm putting out, that you can share it so that someone else can benefit from this information. It's important for us to stick together. It's important for us to impact each other and to be able to encourage you, because there's a lot of great things that you could do out here, but if you don't know about what's out here, how can you benefit from it? And so I thank you guys for joining. I thank you for being a part of it. Please like, comment, and share. If you have your tea, let me know what kind of tea in the comments you're drinking today. I am drinking just green tea today. And so I just wanted to make sure that we keep you engaged. It looked like we got Brian back. Can we hear you?
So we still have this terrible.
It's okay. Well, you know what? I'll repeat everything so we make sure everybody get the nuggets from today. How's that? You're on mute.
How about me? You hear me? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, one program that most investors will offer, which is a conventional loan. You have to put 15% down as an investor if you're buying a single unit. We have a leasing program. Actually, we have one is a investment leasing outlet. So it's actually able to buy property and finance all of the improvements and only put 15% down.
Okay.
Now, we have investors that may not necessarily qualify. Let's say they're a contractor and they don't show all their income. Or line of work where they may not, again, showing all their income. The program, if you're able to put 1% down, if your credit score is above 720, and if you owned a property before, you can use this product, and as long as the rent is $1 over what your mortgage payment is, you're automatically approved.
Interesting.
No taxes needed.
Okay, and just to sum that up, so this is on a conventional loan?
It is.
Where it is 15% down, possibly depending on if you get one unit?
15% standard conventional loan, 15% down, one unit.
Okay.
They require 25% down for 3 or 4 units.
Got it. Okay. That sounds good. And this is for, again, guys, this is for investors. If you're looking to invest and you're looking to get a conventional loan, you need a 720 credit score, correct?
Correct.
720 credit score, 15% down if it's one unit, and if it's more than one unit, then it's up to 25%, correct? Perfect. All right, so we got that for our investors. That's a really good product. How about, well, obviously, I might ask a dumb question, but there's no question that's dumb, right? If you have an FHA loan, can investors take advantage of any FHA products if they're a first-time home buyer, though, if they have never purchased a home for themselves?
Okay. FHA is only available for primary home, not investor. Same thing with the VA. A veteran is only able to buy a home to live in, not as an investor.
Now, what if a first-time home buyer wanted to purchase a property where it's a 3-unit home? They live in one, but they rent the other 2 out. Is that something that they could do if they lived in one?
really the most tremendous opportunity out there. And you just did it. Because think about it. You can buy it, live in, let's say you have okay? Mm-hmm. You live in one unit, you can buy FHA, put down 3.5%. You don't have to have corporate credit. And the other units might actually make the whole mortgage payment for you.
Right.
And give you some money left over. So,
correct.
And it also builds off a tremendous amount of benefits for you. Those other units are treated differently. So you live in what's really in effect for the other three. So you get a lot of tax benefits on those other three units. I just didn't know you were ill. So it's a free unit people. And these people, their mortgage payments about $2,000. Okay. Each of the other units are rented out for $1,500 a month. And they're long debts. So think about this. They got a $1,000 mortgage payment.
Okay.
They're putting in $500.
That makes sense.
They have their roof payment for, and another ready. Hold on to that income. They have another $40,000 in income just because they are property.
Nice. That is amazing. And so so with the FHA loan, if someone wanted to live in one and rent the other units, is it 4 units or less that they can do that on, or is it 3? Up to 4.
Yep.
And it has to be zoned as residential.
It has to be zoned as unit building.
Okay, gotta be okay.
So when you go over the 4th unit, if you're in a 5-unit or a large building, that's considered a commercial loan.
Conventional loan?
No, commercial.
Oh, commercial loan, right, correct. Okay, gotcha. I was like, hey man, what we doing? Okay, makes sense. So for our FHA people, if I had any first-time home buyers that are listening to us right now that wanted to take advantage of living in one of these units and renting out the other, what's the minimum? Is the same requirements the same as you're getting a single-family home with this FHA loan? Is it still, the 580 or I think it's 640 credit score? How low do you apply people for FHA?
620 with a credit score.
Okay, 620.
But think about this. That other 3,500 in this case, right? And one of the other 3 units actually counts as part of your income for qualifying.
Really? I didn't know that. Did you guys hear that? So if I was getting a 4-unit or less with the FHA loan, live in one, the other 3 units, even while I'm applying for this particular property, can count as the income that I would be receiving. Wow, that's a. I think I might have to get into this myself. That was a deal.
That didn't qualify. She wanted to be in this neighborhood, and she just couldn't qualify. And I think we had her a unit. And the other units were not the income of the other 2 units to get her over and get her in the property to qualify.
Wow, that I don't know who didn't catch that, but I think that's amazing that you can even do that. What would be there? So if you're doing this at FHA and you're a first-time home buyer, can you still get the grants that are out there to be able to close on this deal, or is it different with this particular?
You cannot do multi-family with the Maryland mortgage program.
Okay. So that's good to know. So guys, if you're listening and you do want to do this FHA loan, live in one, and do one, you cannot use any grant programs for multi-units. So it has its pros and cons, but it is good to know that that option is available for those who do want to take advantage of the FHA as being a first-time home buyer and having other generating income as you get into the property. With these FHA loans, could you use a 203 product for a multi-unit if it needed rehab?
We're the same wavelength. So yes, let's back up. I've been telling my wife for the last 2 years that ugly is beautiful.
Yes, it is. Ugly is the new beautiful. I need to do a segment with that. Ugly is the new beautiful.
Ugly is the new beautiful.
I love it.
And the truth is, we're in a market where there are way more buyers on than our customers have.
Definitely.
It's very competitive. And people are offering way over asking prices. But everybody's ignoring ugly.
Definitely. I've been encouraging my clients to get creative with that because there's not a lot of properties on the market. The inventory is low. As soon as something hits the market, if it's rehabbed, it's snatched up like that. So if you can go into a property, rehab it, because ugly is the new beautiful, and turn it into what you like it to be, you can use that 203 product that you have. Correct, Brian?
Correct. So this is one of the going to allow you to buy that and roll your costs for renovate. So what does that mean? That means you choose the color of granite top that you want. You choose what cabinets look like. You choose what color paint. You choose to finish the basement. All of these you choose to put a deck on. All of these things matter. And oftentimes what we find, you talk about real estate creating wealth, right? Well, this is the way to do it. You buy the ugliest house in the best neighborhood, and you bring it up to date, and it's always going to be worth more than you pay for it. But here's another big idea we're on, and everyone is listening, of course. We're in a market right now where market pricing, I talked with my wife today. I think instead of selling our house, we might want to dismantle it and sell the lumber. Because the lumber is worth more than the house. So we're having no problems right now in terms of even building.
Right.
But you buy, instead of buying new construction, why not buying existing home and make it yours? Customize it the way you want it, and candidly, a lot of these homes are built a heck of a lot better than some of the newer ones.
That's what got my attention. I mean, if you know that you can get a loan, find an ugly house, here it is, you get a loan that can rehab it, and you can take everything. You can pick out the granite countertops, you can pick out the floor you want, you can pick out the wall color. You can basically be a part of the rehab process and have all of that rehab amount rolled into your loan. Is that what I heard you say, Brian?
Absolutely.
That is a no-brainer. I don't know who in this market right now would not take advantage of this. We're talking about an FHA loan, 203K product that will allow you to rehab the house. Again, the market and the inventory is low. So if you see these houses, they're flying off the market. This product will allow you to get into a property that is ugly, turn it into pretty, and be able to roll in that rehab cost into your loan. I don't know who's just listening. I don't know who this is here for, but please like, comment, and share. We are dropping nuggets today inside this podcast, and I don't want anybody to miss this information. If you know investors, if you know first-time home buyers, if anybody just want to buy, it doesn't matter if it's your first time or not, please like, comment, and share, because this information, a lot of people know that they want to get properties, but they don't know what loan types are out there. They just know that they want to get approved. I have so many clients, and we deal with it, Brian, every day. So to me, it's like, okay, yep, you're going to do the FHA, you're going to do this. But clients really don't understand the difference of these loans, what's available to them, and how they could be able to move forward to purchase property. It's so important, guys, to educate yourself. Be knowledgeable, talk to lenders, ask questions, and that's why I have Brian here today, and I'm asking questions because I think it's so important. We had a couple people join us, so if you did just join us, we're talking about FHA, 203K loans, and how you can rehab your property, and how ugly is the new pretty.
Very good.
Nice. So we talked about FHA. I do have a couple more questions in regards to FHA, just loans, period. the lowest amount for you is 620 that you would approve on a FHA. You do have some lenders that go down to 580, but I always tell my clients to strive for the highest credit score, to continue to work on their credit, because the higher the credit score, the lower the interest rate that you'll get. That still plays a part into, everything. And if you're a first-time home buyer, of course you want to get into some grant programs, and if your credit score is low, it's not going to be much that you qualify for. So we covered those two. Is there anything else that we didn't discuss that would be appropriate for FHA or conventional as far as getting approved or qualified? Especially I want to talk to like investors. A lot of investors have businesses and it's not legally documented. How can we make sure that they are prepared to get these loans? What would they need?
Well, again, there are lots of programs, and what it gives you on the, as you said, with getting knowledge and not doing things backwards. Okay? Don't go and find your formula and put in a contract and then figure out if you can be able to get approved.
Right.
Get approved first.
Have all your documents, right?
People who really put forth a question. I'm going to ask you one question. Would you give me $1,000 if I promise never give it back to you and torture you?
No. I don't think so. Sorry.
But that's what happened.
Yep.
So, if you find them, it's not going to happen in this market. Nobody's going to take you out and talk to you for your pre-approval.
Pretty much.
But if you don't have the pre-approval in hand, you're going to spend money for appraisal, you're going to spend money for inspection, you never get that money back. If you settle or you lose that money. And some people have said that it's so key in one way. Knowledge is power. And the more knowledge you have, the more power you have.
Correct.
And I know you will sit down with everybody anytime and talk about what we need. And I'm happy to go on financing. There's no commitment. We don't take blood. We don't take blood analysis.
Nope.
We're nameless. And lots of times, I meet my client. You're going to go down and go on.
Say it one more time, Brian. Yep, I'm sitting down. I am.
Sit down and grab a chair. Okay?
Uh-huh.
You've been working with a client who got approved yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And you know when I started working with them?
How long?
August 2015.
Oh, wow. Okay.
August 2015.
2015. Wow, they just got it together in 2021. Hey, 6 years later.
So, look, some lenders think they sorry can't help you have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good, right?
Right.
You need a lender who's going to say, gee, I can't do it now. Here's where we can get. But here's how to get there.
And that's what people do need, definitely.
So even if you don't have good credit, and 68% of Americans, 68% of Americans have credit scores of 660 and below.
That's a statistic. Did you guys catch that? Can you say it one more time for them, Brian?
68% of Americans have a credit score of 660 or below. So they're in here, stuff happens. I don't know the G or all companies, so I'll just talk about it. But stuff does happen.
It does.
Life happens, and you want to go hold your hand and walk with them. And I know you do it. I will do that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And it's so important so when people do reach out to you, Brian, what I hear you saying is that you work with them until they're ready. You don't just they're not ready right now, push them to the side and don't deal with them. Do you let them know what they need to fix, or do you refer them to a credit specialist?
I rarely refer them to a credit specialist because I haven't found one that I like. There may be some out there, but not that I'm looking. So I've been working with them for a couple of years, but I have a pretty good idea of what it's going to take to get the credit fixed. And I also have a program that I can use that will tell me if you do X, Y, and Z, you're still going to do this in this period of time. So yeah, I'm happy to put that in.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And just to regroup again, I know we were talking about different loan types. So we covered FHA, we covered conventional. What's the next one we need to discuss?
Well, really, that's the goal, in my opinion, is the VA loan.
Mine's too.
And it should be, because, you, as a veteran, with any money veteran, if you are able to VA related, benefits, there's also businesses, but you know what? It's the easy roads qualify, and it should, because veterans have put their lives at risk defending our country. It's one of the things we could do.
I agree. So we're talking about a VA loan for veterans that it's no money down. What's the credit score requirement for a VA loan?
Well, we can go down to 580 with some stipulation.
Okay.
That's the 20 is generally the number we're looking for.
Okay. And so again, VA loan, no money down, minimum credit score is about 620. Can go down to 580, but guys, keep in mind when I say this, we really want to always aim and continue to work on our credit so that the scores can be higher than these numbers, but we're just telling you what the base numbers are for VA. I had a client I was trying to give to you that was VA. I did one VA loan, but that client is not ready yet. And I do like, Brian, that you do follow up on clients. So I always get emails to refer, let me know what's going on with clients, and we kind of keep on top of them with that. But a VA loan is also very good for people who are definitely in need. No money down is like a no-brainer. You don't have to worry about those
misconceptions, Yolanda, is that it movies for veterans.
Right.
If you were over this and you put in 6 years in reverse, many people have. You could have the VA in front of them.
Now let me ask you this, and this is, I always say is a dumb question, but no question is dumb. If you had a VA loan, let's say you got a loan in 1990, and you no longer have that house anymore, you sold it, whatever, you're now renting, and you want to get back into home buying, can you only use a VA loan once, or can it be used at a certain amount of time?
It can be used as many times as you don't know what you're doing.
Wow. Now, what if you still have a home? Because my mother is a VA veteran. She still lives in her house. She received the house from, got it through her VA benefits back in like 1997. So if she wanted to purchase a house today, she still has that home. Would she still be able to use a VA loan for another home?
Possibly.
Now, I know she's refinanced, so she doesn't still have the same loan that she was under in 97. But what would be the qualifications for them? Say again?
Her eligibility gets reinstated as the years go on.
Got you. Okay. And how would you guys, if I sent a client similar to my mom to you, how would you know if she would qualify for another one? Like, what do they need to give you documentations?
Well, I would need to see her DOE, which is her certificate of eligibility. It will tell me how much remaining entitlement she has.
Okay. Okay, so do those VA veterans, is it something that you need from them in order to get approved for this VA? Do they need to show you any documentation like their DD-214 or?
Yeah, we want to see a DD-214.
Okay.
And normally, we'd like them to provide us with DOE, certificate of eligibility, right from VA.gov.
Okay.
But if you can't, we can order it. So,
okay. Awesome. So I think we covered the major three, conventional FHA, and VA. And is it anything else that we didn't cover in that as far as what types of homes? So obviously with VA loans, you can get any single family homes or townhomes that you choose with the VA. Can you get any commercial property?
No.
Okay. What?
You can buy that pool unit with no money down.
Ow! Come on now. You hear that? If you're a VA veteran, you can get that 4 units or less, no money down, live in one of the units, and then rent out the other 3. So this will also be good for any VA veteran looking to invest in, real estate as well as live in something for themselves, because you have to live in that as well for VA, correct? Okay, got it. That's amazing.
Off the record for a second. That's no business.
Okay, everybody listen off the record.
If you are debating whether to be an investor or buy your primary purpose, a lot of people have struggled with that.
Yes.
Gee, I want to buy real estate, but I'm renting. Shouldn't I buy a house to live in first? Or shall I buy that property first?
Yep.
Here's your chance to do both.
There you go. I like that. I definitely like that.
And there's nothing in my knowledge that says you have to live in that house for 30 years. So you theoretically would have that property, and at some point you move it out, rent your unit, and buy your primary.
Did you guys hear that? If you didn't, I'm going to reiterate that you could totally do this with the FHA VA loan, get a 4 unit. If you are interested in being an investor as well as getting your first property, if you get a VA loan or if you have a FHA loan, 4 units or less, you can live in one, you can rent out the others, and at some point you can move out and have the entire building rented out, and it'll allow you to have your first investment property. I think it's important to be smart and know what's out there so that you can do it the right way and not learn from others' mistakes.
By the way, you can now use that rental income part of your income to buy the other property.
Oh, Brian, I didn't catch that. Can you say it again?
I said, now you have rental income when you're looking for your new single family, because that is income.
I need a bell. Ding, 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 ding. That's like nuggets right there. So, we are shooting fire. If you guys are missing this, if you have not liked, share, or comment, you are missing out on some real important information. My guy Brian just said that you can literally take the income from these 4 units or less, use that income as now being able to get your single family home. If you're working in addition to having this, then you have your income coming in from the 4 units or less, in addition to your job, which will build your income up to be able to go out and get that single family home that you have. If you missed that, please catch it, take a pen, write it down, get in contact with Brian and see what it is that you need to do to qualify. But this is so important to know, because I know a lot of people want to be investors. A lot of people want to jump into investing. Sometimes you want to just put your feet in a little bit, get your feet wet. You're using your FHA if you are FHA approved. You're paying your 3.5% down, or you're using your VA loan, paying no money down, and you're able to get these units as an investment to you to then use that income to then get what you want as a single family house later. I think that is great news. A lot of people may not know this, so we are definitely sharing nuggets on this show today. That's so important to know. I thank you for sharing that too, Brian, because a lot of people do not know what they can do. And also, when you're getting these properties, if you do have that 3.5% down payment from a FHA loan, what's the amount that they need to have as far as savings to be able to afford the closing costs and things on a property? Like, what would you say average would be for a person?
Closing costs are going to be about 4 to 4.5%.
Okay.
And your payment at the day is 3.5%. So you need to be very just conservative, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're buying it for $200,000. You need 8%. 16,000 down payment. It's going to be pretty close.
Got it. Okay. Hope you guys catch that. That is really good information to know too, because a lot of people are not saving. A lot of people are trying to depend on these grants or other programs, and some lenders will give out pre-approval letters and you don't have everything that you need for that client to be approved. Once you're under contract, now you're finding out you need this, they need that, they don't have the savings, and things are just falling apart. So the most that you know up front, the more you can save yourself the trouble when you're under contract. And you know that I always tell my clients to over prepare than to under prepare. So if you are looking to get grants, you want to make sure that you at least have, I always tell people, at least in between like 10, 15,000. If more, great. But you need to at least, that's like your base bottom line. Especially in today's market, if you're not getting seller's help, which is out the window now. I don't think any sellers in this seller's market is offering any seller's help. And you don't want to be in a situation where you absolutely need seller's help, or you need a grant in order to close. You want to still make sure that you have the funds to be able to close. And as an investor, if it's any deals that you're doing for cash, you want to make sure you get a bank account with your business name in it, and that money is going into your account, and that it's coming in. If it's your pay, it'll tell you when it's coming in. But if you're putting any cash in, they're going to want to know where that cash is coming from. So you want to make sure that when you're doing business, that everything is legit, is going into your account, and you don't have to account for any of these things that you may have received money as cash. And that's for anybody. But I just said investors, because I know a lot of times they don't want to show money, or they might have money on the side, or don't want to be transparent. But the person you need to be transparent with is the lender. Of course, I always say cash is king. So to my investors that do have the cash is definitely king. But if you do want to do things and do it in a way where it's strategic, like if you want to do the burn method. Have you heard about the burn method, Brian? So for investors, they have what's called a burn method, where you buy, you rehab, you refinance, you rent, and you repeat. So when it comes to that, buy-in, even if you use your cash but you want to refinance, you're still going to run into these issues. So I just want to, make sure any of my investors that's checking out this segment, that you make sure that you get your documents in order, your credit score, your documents, everything that you need, get it in order ahead of time. That way when you're ready to buy, you see something, you can go and grab that. And due to the day, we've been putting a lot of nuggets out, so it's a lot of options that you guys have.
You know what it's like, Yolanda? It's like you're an investor and you rehab, right? Mm-hmm. Do you start with the roof, or do you start with the foundation?
Foundation.
Oh, the foundation.
There you go. Foundation. If the foundation ain't right, you must have quit.
Same concept.
You have the foundation cracked up outside the house, you're going to have some issues. You ever see houses, it's cracks going straight through you can see straight outside. Something like that, you want to make sure your foundation's not right.
Exactly.
Back out.
Yep.
Got you. Well, I appreciate that. I think we're done with the different types of loans. I just wanted to move into any tips that you may have. Any lender tips coming from Brian Sachs, WBAL Channel 11 News, Homebridge's finest. Any tips that you can really give to us, our buyers, our viewers looking at today?
Really, the biggest tip I can give you is sit with a lender and get pre-approved.
Before you do anything. You don't want to go shopping if you don't know how much you can afford.
Right. And not just what you qualify for, it's what you can afford. And you know what happens a lot, Yolanda? It's human nature. Mm-hmm. So, let's say you have somebody insured, okay? And Shirley goes to work, and she's renting, and she's got a large family, she's going to see that on Memorial Day, right?
Yep.
And she's got her own circle of friends. You know what? Everybody at work is going to tell her what to do. Everybody at the cookouts is going to tell her what to do and what they do. And all of her friends are going to tell her what to do and what they do.
Yep. That happens a lot.
And then happen different situations.
Correct. That happens a lot. I don't know how many people I talk to that, may mention things like that. In fact, one of my clients had a question in regards to bankruptcy. If you're facing bankruptcy, how soon can you be able to buy again? What's the stipulations around that?
So the standard answer is 2 years after the bankruptcy.
Okay.
For an FHA or VA loan.
Okay.
However, And this is what most banks will stop. They'll tell you 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
If the bankruptcy was due to an extenuating circumstance, beyond control, and you have established the credit, we can do it every month.
Okay. Now, would you write a letter of the explanation, or how would
I
you?
would do more than that.
Okay.
So here's what I tell my clients here, Margaret.
Okay.
Everything you tell me, I'm sure you don't get it. Now prove it.
Gotcha.
So when you had a pot still over your head, and you had to wait 6 months before you got any income, I'll believe you. And that's a valid reason. Prove it.
Gotcha. Now, what about the pandemic for some people? Can you use the pandemic if you lost? Well, I guess I'm just trying to make up something here, but the pandemic would not be one.
I mean, I have very, very deep conversations with people. You know, there's a lot of spousal abuse, and I got really beat up men as much as I had men beat up women. Both spouses equally guilty. Okay.
Gotcha.
I mean, you know, we see all sorts of things. I had a lady that just moved alone from G.G. County. She was 1 year after a bankruptcy and a foreclosure.
Oh wow. Okay, foreclosure too.
Right. And nobody believed it. First of all, loan officers are jerks, and they didn't even want to talk to her. So I said to her, I just said, she gave the biggest hug in this. Her name was Erica. And I said to her, Erica, what happened? And she told me. She was married. They were making great income. Her ex-husband, who was the husband at the time, decided to take up a new hobby called cocaine. And he was good at it. And lost his job. And we were living in $250,000 business with kids. He completely fell off, lost his job, you know, and she tried for a long time to make the payments, but she couldn't.
Right, of course.
She had to file bankruptcy and she got foreclosed on. And she now is with a very stable government now. Rent's going to be very comparable to other mortgage payment with it. And she's good. So what do you think I said to her?
So the right to tell you what was going on with her situation.
I'll believe you.
Yep.
Now prove it.
Yep.
She did.
And then she was able to get approved after 1 year?
1 year.
Okay, so if you guys are hearing this, he was able to get someone approved, went through bankruptcy, and also a foreclosure, right? Now, was the foreclosure within that year of the bankruptcy? Was that kind of hand in hand? Okay, so with the bankruptcy, with the foreclosure, with her explaining to him what happened and why she was in this situation. And proving it. There you go. Explain it and prove it. You can still be able to qualify for a loan if everything else, as far as credit and everything else, is backing you up is good.
And we said for a while underwriter, so there was no guesswork. He was approved before we did anything.
Nice. So when it got to underwriting, they had all that information because she had to prove it that was done. Now, when someone is married and you get a divorce, do you guys need like their divorce decree sometimes to prove that they're no longer married?
Yes.
Okay. So just for anybody that hears that, I asked you that because I had a client, he was really upset yesterday because he had to find his divorce papers, and he's like, I haven't seen them in years, and underwriting is asking for it, and I'm like, yeah, it's something that you need, but these are documents that, again, nobody's thinking of. You know, if you're divorced, you're not thinking of that.
They want to see that you're not obligated to alimony, child support, or any other obligation.
Got it. So those that's checking that out, if you are married and you're looking to get finance, Make sure you have your documents. It may come up. You will need it if the underwriter does ask for that information.
We ask for it at pre-approval.
Nice. I love that. See, every lender is different. That's why it's important to talk to different lenders to make sure who's giving you that best comfort feel and who is here for you, that answer, that's responsive. And also with me as being a real estate agent, I like to talk to my client's lender. I think it's important to all be in the same communication because they could tell your client something, you could talk to the lender, get something different, and everybody needs to be on the same page in order for the deal to go through and to be successful. Exactly. You communicate with everybody on your team. I am so grateful and thankful that you came by today. I know we have busy businesses. We're doing a lot, but I really do appreciate your time. I think you're very knowledgeable in when it comes to lending, and you've actually dropped nuggets. So just real quick, I'm going to wrap up our nuggets for today. We've talked about VH loans. Why I keep confusing them? I want to blend them together, right? We've talked about FHA loans. We've talked about VA loans. We've talked about conventional loans. We've also talked about some tips and things that you need to do to just prepare in this industry, and also making sure that you're asking the lenders the correct questions. We've learned that you can get approved for a loan after bankruptcy and foreclosure if you explain and also send the evidence and provide that. So those of you who may not have known that, you know that today. Please again, guys, like, comment, and share this video. Even after this live is over, the video you can still catch on YouTube. Brian, let us know where we can catch you.
443-471-8557. Or to go to just Google Brian Smith. You'll find it.
And look, and for Brian's a little older, guys. Brian, tell us your Facebook page so that way if anybody wanted to find you on Facebook, we can look for you on Facebook.
Brian Smith, Mortgage Loan Officer.
There you go. There you go. And if you want to check him out, he's in Pikesville, Maryland, in the same building as my brokerage, which I love. My brokerage, I love my brokerage. I love David Pridgeon, the whole Realty One Excellence group. We're in Pikesville. Please check us out, guys. We've been doing a lot in the community, so we'll definitely see more of you guys in the community. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, to Keeping It Realty. Thank you, Brian, for coming around. I really appreciate you today for having you, and I'm looking forward to us doing another home buying seminar, so we will connect with that one. Thank you, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys, and have an amazing day.